Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to look at an SQL question from the Datalymood platform called duplicate job listings, and it's labeled as an easy question asked by LinkedIn. And the question is as follows: assume that you're given the below table that shows the job postings for all the companies on the LinkedIn platform. You have to write a query to get the number of companies that have posted duplicate job listings. So we have just one table over here which has the job ID, company ID, title, and the description. So here you can see that there are a bunch of job IDs and company IDs, and the titles include business analyst, data analyst, and data engineer. And we have a description over here, and it's pretty long to read, so I'm going to omit that. But we have to essentially find out which company has posted duplicate job listings. So here you can see that the job ID is 945 and 164. 945 and 164 are posted by the same company which has the ID of 345, and the all the other details are also the same. We have the title as data analyst, and even the description also looks the same. So let's try to approach this problem with using CTEs, so common table expressions. And if you're not aware of CTEs, I would recommend you to watch the video that I have linked down below, or any other video on the net, and come back to this question. But this is a very elementary use of CTE. There can be more complex use cases of it as well. And the first thing that we have gone to do is select the particular columns. So I'll just write down the procedure that we're going to follow over here. So we are going to select the company ID. Then the next one you have to select is title and description, followed by the count of the duplicate records. All this comes from the table job listings. And now basically what I'm going to do is, since we have to find out the duplicate job listings by the company ID, so we can use a group by here to group all the companies together, along with the title and the description. And then we can find out which companies have the same value for the company ID, title, as well as the description. And if that count is greater than or equal to 1, then greater than 1, then we can say that this company has posted a duplicate duplicate job listing. So if it's equal to 1, then it's fine because it's only one job listing. And if it's 0, then the company hasn't posted a job listing for the particular role. So basically we're going to group by the first column, second column, and the third column. And wherever the count for all these three is the same, is the same, or wherever the count of all this is the same, it's going to increment the count variable. And if the count is more than 1 after the entire query has been executed, then we are going to return that particular record in our output query. So this is going to be our CTE. And then once we have the CTE, the next step is going to be essentially we'll select only the count of the records which are present in the CTE, which are present in the table that is returned by the CTE. So we are doing this because we just need to print the number of duplicate jobs, and Datalymood doesn't really care about the title or the column name that you're giving. So this should work. Now let's try to code it out. So I'll define the CTE first. So with CTE as so I'll select the company ID, title, description, and finally the count from the job listings table, and then I'm going to group by the first, second, and third column. So you can see that making a pseudocode type of mm, writing or description for the query really helps. And even in interviews, you are expected to write the pseudocode and then solve the query, and of course using many other ways as well. So here we can also use a join, but joins are usually really computationally expensive when it comes to these kind of questions or these kind of applications. Right, so I've done the same thing as we discussed over here, group by 1, 2, 3, and which is having the count greater than or equal to 1, greater than 1. We are going to just select those records, and here we basically the CT returns a table with the records that satisfy this query, and now we are basically going to print out the number of records that are there in this table returned by the CT. So it's really simple, and let's run this code first and see if it runs properly. Okay. I am not getting any output as such, so okay, let me submit and check, because there's no error, so I probably think this should be right. Okay, doesn't so it doesn't display anything, and okay, so is this okay? So I probably think the select query on top, which was the default code on the the screen, was causing the problem, and I think this is correct because the count is 3, and even for the first test case the count is 3, so this should work. It's quite weird. Yeah, so this problem is accepted, and here you can use another solution using joins. So we essentially have to do a self join, which is exactly how it's described in the discussion. So this is one more solution that you can use, but it's computationally slower than the solution that we typed out. And coming to the official solution also, there are a couple of approaches. So the first one is using CT that we did, which is essentially the same, and here we also have a subquery approach, which I think is a bit confusing, but it still works because it's essentially the same as the CTs, but instead of using a CT, we just specified the common table as a subquery. And yeah, it does not show us the compute time, or the solutions, that the percentage solutions that we've beaten compared to the other people. But that's fine, and this is the most optimal way of solving this query. And yeah, that's all. I hope you had fun solving this problem, and if you have any questions regarding the particular problem, you can put them down in the comments, and I'll reply as soon as possible. Bye, and have a very nice day.